Is this actually recording me this time? Okay. Hello, sisters. I'm Kristen, and welcome to Of Earth and Spirit. I'm creating this video today as sort of a basics primer to the circles, the new moon and full moon, and other circles that we're going to be having together. And this is just sort of like Moon Energy 101. First off, the moon, you probably noticed that the moon affects you. It may affect your cycles. Ask any emergency room nurse, and she will tell you that the moon, the full moon in particular, affects the amount of people and the craziness of the accidents or whatnot that people show up at. In ancient times, women were definitely extremely connected with the moon. From what I understand, we bled with the new moon. It was a great time of introversion, of going within, of nestling and nurturing into the darkness of self, refreshing. And the full moon was a time of sort of like a wild, frenetic, abundance, full energy, at which time you could get pregnant. So we were very deeply connected. And then there's this whole other thing that I just recently read about, which I find fascinating, called, the Red Moon Women. And these are women who, in ancient times, had more of the opposite thing, where they bled on the full moon, and they were able to get pregnant on the new moon. And from what the theories around that are, these women were generally the healers, the midwives, and they just naturally, magically, their cycles were shifted due to necessity. You know, they had to be there for the women during these certain times, or for the people during certain times, and things kind of just find a way to naturally balance themselves out, and I fully believe that. So that is just a fascinating little tidbit that I discovered recently that I found fascinating. But anyway, back on track here. So the new moon is a wonderful time for creating what we want. It's for stating to the universe, to God, to whatever it is that you believe, to yourself, to just putting out there, I want this in my life. I want to manifest blank. I want more of this. I want my life to look like this. I want myself to be like this. I want more of this. And so we state that. And this is at the new moon. Keep in mind, when the sky is dark, you cannot see the moon at the new moon. And with that darkness, you're planting seeds of your metaphorical seeds for your life. And then with the growing, with the waxing moon, as it grows to fruition, that which you set your intention upon or wanted to create in your life grows into fruition. And then we've got the full moon, which is a great time for celebration of what you've done. Yes, sister, you did it. And a full moon is also a great time for analyzing your life and figuring out what you no longer need, what you no longer want in your life. This can be anything. It can be a toxic relationship. It can be a work situation. It can be a physical ailment. It can be a mental emotion that you know what, I don't want to feel anger anymore. I'm done. I've been angry enough in my life, and that's something that I want control over, and I just don't want it anymore. You know, whatever it is you decide upon, we will state as part of our circle, done with that. And so as this is on a full moon, with the light of the moon in its fullness, stating that to the universe, as the moon then wanes and gets smaller, so does that which you no longer want in your life. And I know that this is particularly extremely powerful, because that is what helped me quit smoking. I smoked for over a decade, was up to a pack a day, and was, I'm fed up with it. I tried many things to quit. I did not try pharmaceuticals, but I tried many other mind tricks, many different things to try to quit. And the one thing that worked was working with the moon, particularly the full moon. I'm done with this. And I am done with it. And I haven't smoked in 2 years. Well, I mean, I've smoked a cigarette once or twice on crazy nights, and I always had this thought, is this gonna make me a smoker again? Is this gonna like be diving headfirst right in? And it wasn't. It wasn't. I smoked, I was like, man, it wasn't so good. And had no urge or even thought after that. So it works, it's powerful, it's awesome, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working together. We're going to bring back ceremony. We're going to bring back ritual. We're going to bring back togetherness, even if it is on YouTube, because you know what? This is better than nothing. I know many of you want to find a circle. I know that they're not everywhere, and it's not easy to find. I urge you to try to find them, and I urge you to try to facilitate them. But in the meanwhile, or in addition to, we have this, okay? We'll be creating together. We'll be working our feminine magic together to create the lives that we want. You are going to be creating the life that you want, and I can kind of be your guide. So we've got the new moon covered, we've got the full moon covered. There's another aspect to this with our moon work that makes it specific for each month, and it's not totally necessary to follow these guidelines, but it's just like a little added extra power to the work that you're doing, and that is if the moon's in, for example, this coming week, it's going to be a full moon in Taurus, and so we'll talk a little bit about what that means, whatever astrological happenings are going on, and how you can use that as sort of like an oomph for what you want to create or what you want to release. And so we're going to be doing that. Is there anything else? The main thing is that this is very powerful because it helps in doing ritual, in sitting down and setting aside this time, 30 minutes to an hour, to do the meditation, to step inside this beautiful circle, even if it's watching a screen or in your mind, and to go along together with the ritual, with the ceremony. You're creating magic. You are changing your life because you are setting these intentions. You're doing the work, and we're doing it together, and it's exciting for me because it's about time. It's about time for us women to start rising, and a huge aspect of that is going to be our spirituality. It's not going to be, it is, and it always has been, but it's something that we have not, generally speaking, made as much time for as literally everything else. So you can take 30 minutes to an hour, however long each of the videos are, for yourself, and the effects, the outcome will change your life. And I'm so thoroughly excited about this. So I suggest you click like and subscribe. And when we've got a new video coming up, you can do it that night, as soon as the video pops up. But I will put on each video the date of the full moon or the date of the new moon, whichever it is, to optimize. And these are times in which that particular energy is the strongest. But a day or two before the new moon or full moon, energies are ramping up to it. It's still good. Or even that day or the day after. Anytime, really, but there's really like a 3-day window before and of, and then right after the new moon or full moon, that the power is really potent. And those are the most optimal times to do this work. So click subscribe, and we can do this together. And like I said, I do suggest that you find a woman's circle to be physically present in, but I know that for myself that has proven to be like elusive, because I have other priorities. Okay, I have a ton of kids, so it's not been it's just not panned out as much as I have dreamt for it too. So this is helping me as much as it is helping you, because I need to do the work, and if I am not held accountable, I'm not going to do the work, and I need to improve my life. And I'm sure there are things that you could do to make your life all that you dream of and more. And that's what this is all about, because we as women need this. This is the way that the world is changing, one person at a time. Once you actualize your dreams, your wishes, once you state, hey, you know what, I don't want to deal with that anymore, or I don't want that in my life anymore. Once you declare what you will stand up for, what you want, what you do not want, then you are discovering your truth, and you're becoming authentically you. You're remembering yourself. And once you do that, you will change the world. And that's not an overstatement. When you can authentically be yourself, you impact others in ways that you have no idea. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're discovering our truths. We're working through this in a fun and easy and convenient way together. So, again, thank you. I told myself I was not going to ramble on this one. I lied. But again, I'm Kristen. This is Of Earth and Spirit, and click subscribe so that we can go on this journey together. So thank you for listening to my ramblings, and I look forward to feeling your energy at our circles in the future. Mwah.